Hello everybody. So today is Wednesday, May 8th, 2019. I've been missing for some times. I'm here today with some updates with respect to my case and my ongoing situation in front of UNHCR's office. So I'm going to tell you briefly what happened and why I was being missing. So on Thursday, May 2nd, 2019, I had a dossier. Here is the dossier. I have this dossier and I tried to submit it to the organization. So I made a phone call to them and they said they are not going to accept this dossier, or they are not going to send anybody to come outside and take this dossier. And the situation here is very intolerable. I'm here, as you know, for over 25 months now, currently only eating one meal a day, continuing my protest under the most inhumane conditions. No water, no electricity, no nothing. So anyway, on Thursday, May 2nd, I tried to submit this dossier and I got close to the building, and they closed. Before I reached the building, they closed the doors and they called the police. Police came and captured me violently and aggressively, and they took me to the Nillufary police station. They also confiscated my phone and took me to the court the day after and the day after that. And finally they postponed the court for Wednesday, May 15th, due to what they call lack of English interpreter. My phone is still with the police. They didn't give it back, and that's why I'm now shooting this video from my computer using my computer's webcam. I don't have a phone now. This is, for your information, this is my second phone that police has taken from me. They took my other phone on February 19th, February 21st, sorry, while I was serving my fourth imprisonment for the same reason, trying to reach the UNHCR's office. I also made a complaint about that phone, and it's on the process. For this new updates, my phone, new phone, and the recent aggressions of the police, I also made a new complaint to the Greek Ombudsman. Here is yesterday I sent the email, and today I went in person and I submitted the complaint. Here it is, to the Greek Ombudsman, and they received it, and they said they are going to assign a person, an officer, to this case probably next week. And so that's it, the situation for now. I have no phone, and my situation is still continuing. UNHCR is calling the police on me, and I'm just going to read you what I have written here to the Greek Ombudsman, and I will publish this on my YouTube channel. I won't be able to update my Facebook page until before I get my phone back, because it's difficult because of the formats of my posts on Facebook. I always post videos and documents all together. It's on computer is can't be done on the PC, so I have to wait for my phone to be returned to me, or I don't know, because I don't have money to buy another phone. This is my second phone, as I said. So I think enough for introduction. So that's my complaint addressed to the Greek Ombudsman. Subject: police's continued aggression, confiscating of my cell phone, Samsung Galaxy S8 Edge, and eliminating the evidence of their violent behaviors. Dear the Greek Ombudsman, I'm 33 years old civil engineer, a Kurdish national originally from Iran, but practically a stateless person in exile for over 14 years. I am as well a recognized refugee and therefore a beneficiary of international protection, but has been held hostage and exploited in Greece for over 4 years. I am in exile since the year 2005, and ever since till the year 2014 I had been living in southern Kurdistan, otherwise known as northern Iraq. But due to the circumstances beyond my control, I was forced into exile again for the second time. In the hope of finding protection, a durable and sustainable solution for my life, I had found myself on Europe's shore in September 2014. But as a result of an initial misdirection, false and incomplete information given to me by the Greek authorities, the UN's designated organization for refugees, UNHCR, and the so-called humanitarian NGOs in Greece in the year 2014, I suffered an illegal deportation from Sweden back to Greece in September 2015, and I have not yet found any sort of protection anywhere. Formally, I was being deported to Greece on the grounds of Dublin regulations, when in fact Sweden sent me back to Greece exactly because I did not pay or rely on people smugglers to reach their territory. They sent me back to Greece at the time when Greece was not even abiding by the Dublin regulations, and at the time even when all the borders were temporarily open and people could freely leave Greece and reach other EU countries without having to face any obstacles. Due to total lack of protection in Greece and the country's egregious violation of all its international obligations under the 1951 Geneva Convention and all other civil and human rights conventions, such as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and also since my case as well fulfills at least three of the resettlement criteria, I therefore announced a hunger strike and protest at the doorsteps of the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, in Athens in March 21st, 2017, and requesting a safe passage or a legal way of entry to a country of asylum such as Canada, US or Australia, or to be resettled in one of these countries urgently. Due to the Dublin regulations, I will no longer be able to find protection in other EU countries. Also, due to timing and geographical restrictions, I was also being excluded from benefiting from EU's already failed relocation program. That is why the only durable and sustainable solution with respect to my case would only be my resettlement in another country, most likely outside of this continent. At the doorsteps of the UNHCR's office, which is the responsible agency for refugee resettlement, I was initially on hunger strike for 64 days and still continuing my protest under the most inhumane, degrading and undignified conditions. However, immediately after the break of my hunger strike on May 23, 2017, the Greek courts of Prison have imposed a restraining order that is practically prohibited me not just from entering the UNHCR building, but even from approaching the organization, which in essence basically has prevented me from seeking help for my life and therefore has enslaved me in Greece. Due to the mentioned order, all my attempts of trying to reach the organization or even approaching their building will only result in further punishments such as unnecessary violent and physical assaults by the guards of the building, the people inside the building, the employees of the organization, and even the Hellenic police. There are also some anonymous people who are continually harassing me, stealing or damaging my property while I am still continuing my protest and awaiting a civil and humane response to my rightful needs. These are, of course, in addition to the indefinite numbers of illegal detention in different police facilities, trials after trials in the Greek courts of Prison, and illegal detention in refugee camps or even in prisons. I have already suffered all these extra punishments for approaching the UNHCR building and trying to seek help for my life. In fact, I have had up to 17 trials in the Greek courts of Prison so far, simply on the account of attempting to reach the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, and seeking help for my life. I have as well being practically imprisoned in 4 different prison facilities in 4 different occasions on the same accounts. I'm truly terrorized by the organization, the people inside the UNHCR building, and the Hellenic police. I fear for my life, my safety, and well-being. As unprotected and undocumented refugee, and in order for me to be able to register with the organization and for my case to be forwarded for resettlement in another country, it is an absolute necessity that the court's utterly inhumane and immoral order be lifted urgently and thereby open the way for my immediate departure from Greece and let me find asylum in a country that can offer me real protection, not exploiting and torturing me to death while shamelessly pretending to be protecting me. Seeking help for my life is not and should not be considered as a crime, but the court's order that practically bars me from doing so is a hideous and unforgivable crime, and that is yet another reason why this order has to be lifted urgently, because not only it has caused a lot of confusion and distraction, but has also damaged my life beyond measures. Most recently, I was released from Kos prison on March 14, 2019 and had returned to my protest site at the doorsteps of the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, and continuing my protest. The organization, however, and despite over 25 months of protest, not only has not yet even acknowledged my presence there, but also seems to have completely lost perspective and compassion, because it seems they are only extending the situation in a clear hope that I would eventually die and never going to make it. Perhaps death by starvation. A cheap and easy solution without having to cost them anything, and all at the expense of refugee himself. In the other hand, a systematic deprivation and targeted assassination. The Hellenic police is regularly removing me from the doorsteps of the UNHCR's building. They had been doing this exactly since my illegal deportation from Sweden back to Greece in September 2015, yet they do not even want to make a statement about this ongoing situation. We don't care. Your life doesn't matter to us. Go back to your country. Why you came here? Go kill yourself. Remove your shelter from there and go die somewhere else are samples of their short replies to my requests for making a statement. Since the conditions forced on me are truly bitter, unbearable, torturous and illegal, and therefore can no longer be tolerated, on Thursday, May 2nd, 2019, I had once again tried to reach the UN Refugee Agency first in order to submit a dossier. Here it is, this dossier, of all the necessary documents with respect to my case, and secondly, if possible, to be informed about the status of my repeated appeals to the organization. Whereas in the past I had suffered so many physical assaults from the guards of the UNHCR building, and therefore for my own safety and protection, I am since the last year recording all my attempts of reaching the UNHCR office. However, like most of the previous occasions, on Thursday, May 2nd, 2019 as well, all the doors of the building were closed on me even before I reached the entrance of the building. All my distress calls were completely neglected. They called the police and just waited for them to arrive and remove me from the place. The police has arrived likely in 15 minutes or so. 2 giant police officers who aggressively approached me and violently took my cell phone, Samsung Galaxy S8 Edge, away from me, handcuffed me and removed me from the building without giving any explanations or whatsoever. At the Ambelokipi police station, the police has demanded access to my cell phone in order for them to remove the videos and the evidence of their violent and completely unreasonable attributes. Since I did not give in to the police's unjustified demands, they have therefore confiscated my phone and had taken me to the court the day after. The trial, however, was postponed to Saturday and was again postponed to Wednesday, May 15, 2019 due to what they call lack of English interpreter. My cell phone has remained at the Ambelokipi police station to be sent to another department for what they call inspecting the videos of this particular incident. I was also verbally informed that the court will decide about it. Dear the Greek Ombudsman, I have hereby submitted this complaint to your institution with respect to the police's continued and unjustified aggression, as well as confiscating of my cell phone Samsung Galaxy S8 Edge and Greece's fascistic attributes for eliminating the evidence of their violent behaviors. The Greek state does not have the rights to access my cell phone nor any of the private data stored in it. Recording my attempts for reaching the UN Refugee Agency UNHCR is for my own safety and protection and is therefore profoundly well justified. I therefore hereby requesting the Greek Ombudsman's immediate assistance for returning my cell phone Samsung Galaxy S8 to its rightful owner before any attempts has been made to breach my privacy or removing any of my private data or before any damages, whether physical or in any other forms, are inflicted on it. With respect to the police's continued and unjustified aggression, I also hope that the Greek Ombudsman will offer its immediate assistance and therefore will intervene in resolving this ongoing situation. I hope that your organization not only will help put an end to the police's violent and contentious stance on my case, but will also get the Greek courts of Evelpizon to issue a clarification on their totally unethical and immoral order and thereby help for my access to the UN Refugee Agency without having to face any obstacles or fabricated difficulties. Additionally, since I have not been aided by any of the so-called humanitarian NGOs in Greece in any way, not even legal aid, it is most likely that my next trial in the Greek courts of Evelpizon, case number Q 2019-2185, which is set to take place on Wednesday, May 15, 2019, will also take place without having anyone to represent or aiding me. Thus, I will be very grateful if the Greek Ombudsman also consider to dispatch its representatives to this particular trial in order to witness the hearing and also provide help and assistance if possible. Thank you for your time and attention. I will remain at your disposal should you require any further information. Yours respectfully, Anvar Nillufary. Registered case number at the Greek Asylum Office 212-826 from the year 2014. My address here is my shelter in front of the UNHCR's main office. You know where is it? It is Michalakopoulou 91 Athens, Greece. Attachment, I have also attached all the documents of the courts here. There are so many pages, and this letter was also sent to so many other people, and I asked them to provide assistance if possible. CC at the CC part. I'm going to publish this letter also on my Twitter account as soon as possible, and by the time I get my phone back, I will also publish them on my Facebook page. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Please contribute and participate to this cause. I need your help and support in whatever ways possible. Subscribe, follow, share, like and comment. Have a good day. Bye.